How's your guys' day going? We're going live right now. So this video, just to cut just straight to the point, I'm making a video because I had a blog pop up and it was titled, "If it was my first day at the gym, this is what I would do." And the reason it popped off so much is because a lot of people found it really helpful, right? It was a video specifically for people who are barely starting out with their gym journey. Maybe they got motivated. Maybe they were athletes in school. Maybe they weren't athletes in school, but they're trying to get into the gym, trying to get in shape, trying to build some confidence. They want to feel good about themselves. They want to be stronger. They don't know where to start. So that's exactly who I made this video for. Now, if you're intermediate, you can still get some value from it because this is very basic stuff. So basically the whole point of this video is if you have no idea what you're doing, or maybe you have the tiniest bit of idea of what you're doing, but you just need some clarity. You just need to be told what to do because you're new and you're not really comfortable at the gym. You watch this video. Cool. So we're going to jump right into it and kind of like react to this video, kind of like break it down a little bit. I want to give you guys like some details on some of the stuff. And yeah, I feel like it'd be really helpful for a lot of people. So that's why we're doing it. But here we go. Now, if you're an advanced person, you're going to watch this video. You might get bored because this is very basic stuff. But when I made this video, I learned that a lot of people really do appreciate the basic stuff because I forget I've been in the gym world for so long. I forget not everybody works out, right? Not everybody has been working out for a long time, knows how to build muscle, knows how to eat, all that kind of stuff. This is specifically for the gym part. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So it's day one of your fitness journey, and it can be a little intimidating. The key to surviving is whether you're ready or not. All right, so I've been going to the gym for a while. I've been going to multiple different gyms. I've also been a personal trainer for a couple of years now, so I got to experience people going to the gym for the first time. If I was starting my fitness journey all over again, and it was day one of going to the gym, this is what I would do. Okay, so the gym can be pretty intimidating. There's a lot going on, so that's why I like to wear my headphones. These are noise canceling. They don't have to be like this, but headphones are a really good way to feel a little bit more comfortable at the gym. Without headphones, the gym kind of sounds like this. This is a big one, guys. It sounds really weird, but when you wear headphones at the gym, if you're by yourself, right? Obviously, if you have a gym partner, maybe you don't wear headphones unless you guys are both wearing headphones. But like when you have your own music, you don't hear all the noise and all the it makes the gym less intimidating. Okay, that's definitely a hack just for like the average person. I get more into detail with like other stuff that you can do, but this is one I wanted to mention right off the bat because that one helped me so much. I got these ones now, and these definitely make a huge difference. With headphones, sounds everything calms down a little bit more. One thing that helped me significantly when I first started is bringing someone like a friend that you're comfortable with to join you.
That's my boy.
It makes it so much easier. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
oh no, it's okay, it's fine. Bro. All right, we lost him, so we're gonna have to do it by ourselves. Yeah, so we had guys. The first time I ever got into the gym, I did it with a partner, and the reason I did it with a partner because just when you have your friend around, someone you're comfortable with, or maybe it's a family member, but when you have somebody go to the gym with you, if you can do this, right? Because if you do this, the whole idea is you bring in a friend, someone who holds you accountable. For me, it was one of my guy friends, and we both played volleyball together. We both played sports together. So we had egos, but we wanted to use it to our advantage, right? So if we committed to working out together, to training for our sports, then it would be like one of those things where if he wanted to slack off on the gym, I would give him crap. And then if I wanted to slack off on the gym, he would give me crap. So we held each other accountable in that sense. And because of that, we didn't miss the gym, right? We just did a lot better. But the key here, I'm gonna make myself bigger because I want to emphasize this. The key to having a partner is you want to do it just enough for you to get comfortable at the gym, just enough for you to get into the habit of working out, right? If you can just do that, you're good, right? So if you find somebody, you convince somebody to go to the gym with you, because as you know, there's tons of people probably around you who want to get into the gym, but they also feel uncomfortable. So if you go together, it might help you guys out. But let's say for whatever reason, like they go for a week and then they slack off, even though you're encouraging them and whatnot, get somebody else. But the key is to do it long enough, bring somebody with you, just long enough for you to start liking the gym, for you to start getting comfortable at the gym. Once you get comfortable, then you can start doing your solo workouts. But in this video specifically, I know more people are going to be by themselves going to work out because maybe no one's willing to wake up at 6 in the morning. I mean, it's the gym thing, right? Most people don't have the commitment and the discipline to start it in the first place, right? So let's go. What's up, guys? Can you guys see me? So if it was day one, so the first thing is 5 minutes of cardio. Back when I first started going to the gym, finding the cardio machine and doing 5 minutes before every workout was key. The reason being is because most gyms have their cardio equipment positioned in a way to where you can kind of like look at the rest of the gym. And the reason I want to look at the rest of the gym is because I want to see what the machine. Okay, so what I just said, basically, because I didn't put the screen on, but the first step is 5 minutes of cardio. The easiest thing you could find at the gym, and this is a hack, guys. I've been a personal trainer for a long time. I literally opened the door for people who are coming into the gym for the first time. They look nervous, they look intimidated. The last thing they want is for someone to start selling to them and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just want you to be comfortable. That is my only goal. And the treadmills are very easy to find, right? So the good thing about the treadmills is that you go in the gym, you check in, you can find a treadmill, and then you can kind of gather yourself, right? You can, normally the treadmills are positioned to where you can see the rest of the gym, and you just kind of start planning out like, all right, I'm looking around at the scope of the field, this gameplay here of this gym. I can kind of start thinking where I'm going to go next, plan it out before I actually just go in there and start getting lost, right? It makes a big difference. Scout the gym. Things look like, I want to see where everything is. So I kind of look around, right? That way I know where to go after I'm done with cardio, right? But if I just go straight into it, I get a little bit lost. And this leads me to my biggest tip. This one is probably one of the most important ones. You want to have a very simple, easy to follow plan, right? Before you go to the gym, before you start lifting weights, you want to have a plan as to what it is you're going to be doing. To make it easy, I'm going to put a workout plan in the description, something super simple, easy to follow, but you want to have a game plan. Otherwise, you're going in blind, and all that's going to happen is you're going to look around, you're going to get overwhelmed because you don't know where anything is, you don't know what machines to start, you don't know what to do, and that's going to be very discouraging, and you're never going to come back to the gym. Yeah, so this is the main reason that people do not start their fitness journey, right? You'll get super motivated. You're like, all right, I want to start working out. And then you go to the gym and you're just not really sure what to do. Like not having clarity and having a clear thing of what you're supposed to do makes the biggest difference, right? So before you go to the gym, have some kind of plan. And you guys got the internet. There's so much things you can get out there. In this video, actually in the YouTube video on the bottom, in the description, I put in like a starter workout. That way you have a starter workout. Like for anybody watching this, you can use this. It's a really simple, basic workout. It will be effective. It will work for you, right? Download it. That way you have something to follow, because if you go into the gym and you're like, I don't know, let's just do some machines, right? That's when you're going to get overwhelmed. That's when you're going to get confused. It's going to add friction, and then you're not going to want to do it. But if you're like, oh, I know exactly what to do, it makes it so much easier. So again, in this YouTube video, if you want to check it out, there's a free workout. And I haven't updated it in a while. I feel like I should update it. But if you have any questions on it, just message me on Instagram. I think my Instagram is linked on the bottom. Just be like, hey, I saw this video. Oscar, I'm just confused on some of this part. Can you help me out? And then I'll reply. Cool. Honestly, not having a game plan is probably the #1 reason most people end up quitting the gym. We have legs today, so we're going to do a little bit of a leg day. One thing to remember is that you're not the only person at this gym. There's other people also using the facility, and there's a good chance that when you go do a workout, there's going to be somebody already using the machine. So you want to have backup. That's why I included some backups. You can download this sheet. Basically, it's just substitutions in case your machine's taken. You have another alternative option that's very similar, and you can do that. Same thing, guys. If you have the workout that in the description, or you use another workout, if you ever have questions on like, hey, Oscar, like this machine is always taken. Is there alternatives I can do instead of that one? That way, like when I go to the gym and there's somebody on my machine, I don't just like not know what to do, have to wait for them. You can message me. I do want to make in this video, I think I took off the substitution list, but if you want the substitution list, again, just hit me up. I'll send it to you for free. It's basically like backup workouts. So that way you're not like waiting for a machine. Like some gyms only have one leg extension, and you're like, Oscar, if the leg extension is taken, what can I do instead, right? And then we'll just substitute it, find another thing. For a lot of my clients too, I'll give them workouts specifically that don't require, depending on them, right? Especially if they go like at 6 p.m. when the gym's super busy, I'll give them workouts that they don't need to rely on a machine. They can just do free weights. That way they can just grab some dumbbells or whatever and do it off to the side. Super easy. But again, like have a plan instead. That way you don't overthink things. Now, luckily today, this guy's pretty cool, and I feel like he'll let us use the machine. Hey man, are you almost done with this machine?
Oh yeah. Man,
oh,
no,
sweet.
You have it all yours, bro.
So you're gonna get something like this, right? You're looking at your workout and you're seeing, okay, leg press, 3 sets of 10 to 12, right? Or 8 to 10, or maybe some other number. Basically, your goal is to find a weight that you can do between 10 and 12 reps. If you can do way more than 12 reps, that means it's too light. You gotta go heavier. If you Okay, yeah. So this is a big one. I take it for granted because I've been doing it for so long. So I understand what 3 sets of whatever means, 2 sets of whatever is. And the one that always confuses people is when they see, hey, I want you to do 3 sets, 3 rounds of 10-12 or 8-10 or 12-15. So it's like, do I do 15? Do I do 12? Do I do 13? Right? That's like a big question. And if you work out, obviously, like, you know the answer to this, but the reason we don't have just like, hey, do 3 sets of only 12 is because the little range that we give you allows you to challenge yourself, right? Because the idea is you want to get stronger. So like if it says 3 sets of 10 to 12, I like that I put this actual visual here. You got 10, 11, 12. The idea is you do as much reps as you can do. And the moment you get to the last rep when you can't do any more, if that rep is the 12th rep, then you can probably go a little heavier, right? But your goal is to land right around here, right? Because if your last rep is a 10th rep and you can't do 11, then that's the perfect weight, right? But you want to stay within. If you get to rep number 12 and you can do 15 or 20 reps, it's too light. Add more weight, right? If you do the set and you can only do 6 reps, then you got to take off weight. That way you can get into this range. This is a sweet spot. That's basically what it is, right? Your goal is to push yourself. That way you land right here. And again, it depends on the workout, right? And the workout on the bottom, I think some of them are 3 sets of 8-10, some are 10-12, but that's pretty much what that means is you're doing 10 reps, right? 3 times and challenging yourself. If you can do more than 12 reps, add more weight. You can't even get to 10 reps. That means it's too heavy. You got to go a little bit lighter. Basically, you want that fine load out. If you can do way more than 12, go a little heavier and just take it step by step. Yeah, this is one common question I always get is, Oscar, how much weight should I do, right? And my solution, if you're brand new to the gym, you're using a machine for the very first time, start super light, very, very light. You do the machine, and if your workout says do 12 reps, for example, you do the machine, you're like, oh, I could definitely do way more than 12 reps. Add a little more weight, try again, until you get to the point to where, oh, I think I'm going to only be able to do like 11 or 12, right? And then you find the perfect weight, but you got to test it out. There's no way to magically know how strong you are, exactly how much weight you should be doing off the bat in the beginning. You kind of have to experiment a little bit. So just start the lightest and then work your way up. That way you don't get hurt, right? Don't start like with heavy. Don't think, I could definitely do this, because that's where like the bad things happen. Right? So here we're doing the minimal, doing a couple rounds. One thing people get stressed out about the most is form. Form is something that you learn over time. You're not going to have the perfect form when you first start working out. So it's very important that when you're doing these exercises, you're just learning every single day. Little by little, you get better and better. It does help to watch instructional videos and watch how they do it. And then even sometimes, like I remember when I first started, I would record myself and I would compare my video to someone who knew what they were doing and make sure that it looked the same. But even to this day, there's some exercises where I'm still working on my form. When I first started, my form was horrible, but I was doing it anyways. Yeah, it's hard for in this video. I can't give you a whole crash course on just form in general because there's so much exercises. But the main things I want you to remember when it comes to form on exercises is with your legs, basically, like if it doesn't feel right, if it hurts, then it might be wrong. But my go-to things I always tell clients when they're doing their exercises is for the most part, everybody knows what a good posture is, right? So most of all your exercises, except for like the extreme bodybuilders, pretty much every exercise, if you're doing it right, usually means you have a good posture while you're doing it, right? When you're doing squats, you have a nice big chest, your back's engaged, you're standing nice and tall, right? You're not like hyperextending your neck or anything like that. So just a good posture, that's where most of your exercises should come from. All the chest press, bench press, you're sticking out the chest, you got good posture. The rows, you got good posture, right? So the main thing is having a good posture. It just helps people so much, right? So if you check yourself while you're doing the exercises, you got a good posture, you have more of a chance that you're doing it right. And when it comes to the leg day part too, same thing, right? If you got a good posture, it means you're not slouched, so you're less likely to hurt your back. Right. So in general, good posture is my number one tip for doing these exercises right. If you're doing the exercises with bad posture, then you're probably doing it wrong. And obviously, guys, if you're not feeling good about the exercise and it hurts like a bad hurt, not have the manners, just like you would in real life. After you use a machine, especially because people get all sweaty at the gym, make sure you wipe it down. That way the next person that uses it doesn't have a bad experience. Since Austin was in the beginning of this video, I used his reel, and I thought it was funny. But yeah, wipe down your machines after use. That's just like a common thing. That one I like just learned from being a gym owner, is I would watch all of my members, make sure they wipe the machine, because it makes a big difference, especially during COVID when like everyone was cross contaminating and whatnot. You don't want someone's like icky, just sweat and just like, especially like there are some exercises where you use the machines and you put your face right where somebody else's face was, and it's just like, just wipe down after you use the machines. It's simple, very basic rule. Also, I'm about to get into it. I'll probably skip it because I'm here now, but unrack your weights, right? You put on weights, when you're done, take them all off. And some people at gyms, they're like, oh, but like I'm gonna leave one on because it's so light. But like, believe me, you want to take all the weights off, no matter how light you think it is, no matter if you're like, oh, everyone's going to come in and all add a weight anyways. Like I used to coach a lot of elderly, a lot of like weaker people, handicapped people. Like there are people who cannot do that weight. So just take it all off. Let them decide how much weight they want to put on. They might put on a 5 while you just left a 45-pound out. Now they can't do the exercise. Like just put your weights back, right? It's super simple.
Weights. Here, someone forgot to re-rack their weights, so we're gonna do it for them. But yeah, just honestly, just respect the gym. Respect the gym.
So one thing that's important to remember when you're going to the gym is everybody that's going there is trying to improve themselves, right? So I would not get intimidated by the people around you. Just do your thing. Most people are just focused on their own stuff. They have their own problems. The one suggestion I would give to people, I always try to compare going to the gym. Like when you meet somebody new, when you first meet them, it's a little weird, it's a little awkward. But as you talk to them more and more and more, you really get to know them. You start getting really comfortable around this person. Before you know it, you're like a social bunny around the person. You don't even care what you say, right? That's how the gyms are. Even me, sometimes when I go to a brand new gym I've never been to before, it's a little weird, right? Because I don't know the layout of this gym. I don't know where the machines are. But as I get more comfortable, get to know the gym a little bit more, it becomes like, dude, I feel like me being at the gym is like a home now. But in summary, the first thing you want to do before you go into a gym is have a game plan. That way you're not in there looking around, getting overwhelmed and not knowing what to do. When you do that same machine, you're already going to know how much weight challenges you. And as you get a little stronger, you can up. But yeah, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. This was definitely meant for beginners or people like newer to the gym or people who have. All right, cool. Yeah, that was just a wrap up. But I mean, in general, basically in summary, just this is more of like a mindset. I wanted to end it off with like the mindset when you're first starting in the gym is number one, like just like anything else that you do, you're going to be uncomfortable if you haven't done it, right? Like if you meet somebody new, you're going to be uncomfortable, but once you get to know them, you get more comfortable. Same thing happens with the gym. The more you go to the gym, exposure therapy, right? Your gym anxiety starts going down. You don't feel as nervous. And it is important to remember that people are there at the gym to improve themselves, right? They're not at the gym because they're better than you. That's not like, you know, that like how it works, right? Everyone's at the gym because they have goals. They want to improve. So they're not really judging you necessarily. I'm not going to say that nobody's ever going to judge you because people judge. That's how people are. Like people might judge, but like your goal is to not care, right? They're going to judge you anyways. They're going to judge you wherever you are, even if you're outside, even if you're like in your house, like you're going to get judged anyway. So I'm not going to say no one's going to judge you, but again, at the end of the day, everyone's there to improve themselves. The goal is for their judgments just to like, just not affect what you do at the gym, right? That's huge. So yeah, the more you go to the gym, the more comfortable you get. That's just how it goes. I've been going to the gyms for so long. Even then, when I go to a brand new gym, like when I moved to Texas and I started going to Alphaland, I was a little intimidated, but like within the first 2 days, I was over it. I was over it real quick because gym is gym. I went to Brazil. I had no idea how to speak the language at all, zero. And I went to the gym, very different style of gym. It was super packed and I did not know the language, right? So I couldn't communicate with people. But because I'm so comfortable just being at the gyms, I've done it for so long, I could look at somebody that didn't know what I was saying and I'd be like, hey, and they know I was like exactly what I was like asking them. Are you using the machine? You know, how many, I'd be like, hey, how many sets do you have left? And they'll be like, oh, 2, you know, and stuff like that. Like you just get comfortable with it. And then the other thing too is when you're going to the gym, obviously like you're super motivated and whatnot, but like there are going to be some days where you miss and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. This is not a guilt game. Don't be all guilty, right? Just show up. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all. I wanted to recap this video because it did very well. And the reason it did well is probably because of the fact that there's a lot of people who are starting their gym journey. My biggest suggestion is those things I said in the video. And if you guys have any questions at all, do not hesitate to reach out. Just shoot me a message on Instagram. Be like, hey, yo, I watched the live. I watched the Instagram video. I was wondering if you could help me with this part or like whatever. And then we can, you know, we can chat it up. Right, the free workout's in the description, so if you want to check it out in that video, You can download that workout. I'll probably update it soon because